Shinzo Abe was a Japanese politician who served as Prime Minister of Japan and President of the Liberal Democratic Party from 2006 to 2007 and again from 2012 to 2020. He was the longest serving Prime Minister in Japanese history. Shinzo Abe was born on 21 September 1954 in Tokyo to a prominent political family with significant economic influence. His family was originally from Yamaguchi, and Abe's registered residence in Nagato, Yamaguchi. Abe attended CK Elementary School and CK Junior and CK High School. He studied public administration and graduated with a bachelor's degree of political science from CK University in 1977. He later moved to the United States and studied public policy at the University of Southern California School, Planning and Development for 3 semesters. On September 26, 2006, Abe was elected as Japanese Prime Minister at the age of 52. He was the youngest Prime Minister since Fumimaro Kone in 1941. Abe generally took a hardline stance with respect to North Korea, especially regarding the North Korean abductions of Japanese citizens. In 2002 negotiations between Japan and North Korea, Prime Minister Koizumi and General Secretary Kim Jong-il agreed to give abductees permission to visit Japan. A few weeks into the visit, the Japanese government decided that the abductees would be restricted from returning to North Korea where their families live. Abe took credit for the policy decision in his best-selling book Towards a Beautiful Nation. North Korea criticized this Japanese decision as a breach of diplomatic promise and negotiations were aborted. Abe expressed the need to strengthen political security and economic ties within the Southeast region. Abe increased this international campaign to counter a North Korea nuclear possible threat. Shinzo Abe publicly recognized the need for improved relationship with China and along with Foreign Minister Taro Aso sought an eventual summit meeting with former Chinese paramount leader Hu Jintao. Occasionally, Abe was respected among politicians in Taiwan who were a part of the Pan-Greek coalition seeking Taiwanese independence. Chen Shui-bian welcomed Abe's ministership. Shinzo Abe successfully visited the Philippines and Indonesia. Although China is not within the Southeast Asian region, Japan has always sought its support. However, relations with China continued to soar because of the dispute of Senkaku Islands and Abe's visit to the Yasukuni Shrine. Shinzo Abe, in his 4 terms as the Prime Minister of Japan, sought to upgrade the strategic relationship between India. Shinzo Abe initiated the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue between Japan, the United States, Australia, and India in 2007. His 3-day visit to India in August 2007 inaugurated a new bilateral Asian alliance, building on the long history of friendly bilateral relations between India and Japan. Shinzo Abe's ruling Liberal Democratic Party suffered great losses in the upper house election, marking the first time it had lost control in 52 years. Another agriculture minister who was involved in a political funding scandal resigned after the elections. Additionally, Abe's rejection of a possible female Japanese monarch, which led to the Japanese succession controversy, diminished his support base. In an attempt to revive the administration, Abe elected a new cabinet on 27 August 2007. However, the agriculture minister Takahiko Endo, involved in a financial scandal, rem- immediately resigned after 7 days. In the elections on 16 December 2012, the LDP won 294 seats in the 480 seats. Together with the new Komeito party, Abe was able to form a coalition government, allowing it to override the upper house veto. Emperor Akihito formally appointed Abe to office as prime minister. Abe was formally elected by the Diet with the support of 328 out of 480 members. He and his crisis-busting cabinet were sworn in later. The new government included LDP heavyweights like Prime Minister Taro Hoso, Yoshihide, and Akira Amari. Prime Minister Abe called snap elections on 25th September while North Korea was prominent in the news. Abe was expected to retain majority seats and he did as expected. The last minute campaigning and veto was done as Typhoon Lan was wreaking havoc on Japan. Abe was re-elected as the leader of main ruling party in 2019 and he became Japan's first prime minister surpassing the longest term of Kasturo Taro. Shinzo Abe's elder brother Hironobu Abe became president and CEO of Mitsubishi Shoji Packaging Corporation, while his younger brother Nobu Kishi became senior vice minister for foreign affairs. Abe married Aki Matsuzaki, a socialite and a former radio disc jockey. In 1987, after marrying her, Abe started facing stiff opposition at home as well. She is popularly known as the domestic opposition party due to her outspoken views, which, like most wives, contradicted to that of her husband. She opened an organic izakaya in Tokyo, but remained very low-key management not because of Abe, but due to the urging of her opposition, and that was her mother-in-law. In in 2021, China imposed a ban on pineapple, on which Japan imported a record 6,000 tons of pineapple. On 28 April, Abe tweeted a photo of himself with five pineapples, which went viral in minutes. It had like 694,000 likes, 2,055 quote tweets, and 119,000 retweets. The Taiwan Prime Minister then urged that she could have sent more pineapples at any given time. Shinzo Abe's ulcerative colitis relapsed in June 2020 and resulted in his health deteriorating through the summer. Following several hospital visits, Abe announced his intentions to retire as Prime Minister, citing his inability to carry out the duties of office while seeking treatment. After announcing his retirement, Abe indicated that he would remain in office until a successor was chosen. Abe expressed regret at being unable to fully accomplish his policy goals due to his early retirement. Yoshihide Suge was elected as his successor on 14 September 2020 and took office as Prime Minister on 16 September. Former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe died on Friday after he was shot in Nara by a 41-year-old identified man as Tetsuya Yamagami. Few details were immediately available on Yamagami, but he was previously in the Japanese Navy, known as the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force. Abe's Japan's longest-serving PM remained critical for few hours after he was shot twice, once on the neck and the other second time on the chest. This is the first time in around 100 years that a sitting or a former premier of Japan has been assassinated. Well, if you like this video, please don't forget to press like, subscribe, and press the bell icon for more such updates. Have a nice day. Take care.